going, and they're switching sides here, Tony.
I'll tell you what, that's about all you could ask for in the first quarter if you're wearing maroon tonight. You came out and you gave up a touchdown off the first drive, but I'll tell you what, your defense looked pretty good. This second drive you played strong, but you gave up that big play. Osage has got to, if they're going to get to the next level, they have got to get rid of that big play.
The ball's at the 37-yard line of Osage. Jeff City now, they're on offense, and it's second down and 4 yards to go. We're now in the second quarter, a fresh 12 on the clock. They do like to be underneath center rather than the gun formation. You notice that?
They're doing a pro-style set there, and they are tight at that line.
Yeah, they really are. Okay, and here's the snap, and he gives it to the back in the backfield, wants to go left off of the guard, and picks up about maybe 2 yards, and it's going to be third down and 2 right at the 35-yard line.
Good stop for the Indians once again. Right now, their pursuit is excellent. Probably one of the better years, or the better pursuit teams that maybe Osage has had in quite a while, as they have nice speed on the outside. We see Eric Hood, who was a running back last year for Osage, playing a lot on the defensive end tonight.
All right, we want to thank LOZ Antique Mall, the score sponsor. As you hear the scores throughout the game, they have made that possible. Located along Highway 54, just 6 miles from Lake Ozark Roundabout. LOZ Antique Mall, open every day except Tuesday. All right, they're moving on down here, Tony, and let's...
Strong drive there. Strong drive by Jeff City right there as the line just pushed Osage back. You're going to have about a 5-yard gain for the Jeff City Jays.
All right, and that will bring up a first down for Jeff City. The ball's at the 31-yard line of Osage, and they're at the near hash mark, and even 11 minutes to go in this second quarter. All right, they break the huddle. And they swing out a couple to the right. They've got one in the slot to the right, one back in the backfield. He's under center, and he gets it, fakes the pass. Oh, what a great defensive play. Boy, he tackled him on that one.
I'll tell you back, number three, Jacob Wilson, the junior for Jeff City, he drops back to pass, and just what we talked about. Eric Hood on the end there gets into the backfield untouched and takes down the Jeff City quarterback.
You know, any quicker, he might have gotten the handoff.
And you're exactly right. He has great speed. Probably one of the most athletic kids in, I was going to say school at Osage, but maybe Camden and Miller County, as he was in the backfield before the Jeff City J quarterback even knew what was going to happen.
Exactly. The ball's on the 39-yard line. A loss on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 18. We've got 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. Slots on the left and the right. Man in motion from left to right, and there's movement everywhere, and that's going to bring up a flag.
That's going to be a delay of game as the game clock wound down, and the Jeff City Jays, right now, they're going the wrong way, Guy.
Yeah. Our veterinary penalty flag there, so want to thank our veterinary for sponsoring all these penalties.
Well, I was going to say in the first quarter, we didn't have a whole lot of penalties, but hold on, our veterinarian. We're going to get you some stuff in this quarter as both teams are all of a sudden getting a few flags.
But, it's the first game of the season, and, second down at 23, the ball's placed at the 44-yard line, so that penalty did hurt them. All right, here we go. 2 off to the right, 1 in the slot to the right, nobody in motion. He left early, but they did not call it. Swings out to gives it to the back in the backfield. It goes off the left-hand side, and he is tackled out of bounds. There was a hit from the back, but did not make the first down. He really tackled him hard.
I tell you what, a big draw play for Jeff City right there as Ethan Garnett, he takes the ball. He's a 6'2 senior, and he gets a strong run there for 20-plus yards there.
Yeah. All right, they're almost knocking on the door of the red zone. They're just a yard out, so it's at the 21-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Jeff City, Jays. I was going to say the Jays Cities, but
and right there, Guy, just what we talked about. 2 big losses drives Jeff City back. Osage gives up a big run right there, and now they're right back with 1st and 10 to go.
9.5. The clock is moving, and we've got 1st and 10 for the Jays. Man in motion, left to right. He now switches off to the right-hand side in the tight end position. 2 off to the right. Gives it to the back in the backfield. He's tackled immediately, and no gain on the play.
Once again, that ball went to Ethan Garnett, And he gets nowhere on that play as Osage's pursuit once again. They meet him at the line and bring him down for no gain.
They're actually going to give him 1 yard on that play, so it's going to bring 2nd and 9. The ball is placed right on the 20-yard line.
Well, that was a generous spot there. You can't say Osage is not hospitable.
Yeah. Well, you know what those left foot, right foot placements are, so that was a right foot placement. All right, they break the huddle. The ball's at the 20 in between the hash. They want to be knocking on the door. They're ahead by 1, 7-6. Here we go. And they take a little bit of a break. It looks like it might be a time. No, is it a timeout?
It's going to be a delay of game as the flag comes out by the back official because he's the one watching the game clock. This is going to be the 2nd penalty against the Jays for a delay of game.
All right, and that, that's another our veterinary penalty flag.
Right now, Jacob Wilson, the junior quarterback for the Jays, he's coming over to the line almost every time to get the play, and they're just running out of clock.
All right, here we go. Gives it to the back in the backfield, swings off the left-hand side, almost unabated there. He keeps on moving. He's at the 10, 5, and he is knocked out of bounds. Boom.
That's a strong run by number 5, Kentrell Johnson. He's a 5'10 junior for the Jays. There was no one in front of him. He had one man to beat for the Indians, and fortunately for the Indians, he was able to bring him down.
Yes. All right, 7-6, and the Jeff City Jays, they would dearly love to get another touchdown on the board, wouldn't they, Tony?
Well, I'll tell you what, they'd like to have a little breathing room right now because I think they've got to be a little surprised with how strong Osage has come out tonight and played.
I think they're surprised by the offense and the defense.
You know, once again, we talked line in the pregame, and right now the Osage Indians seem to be answering that call.
8:20 to go, first half. We got 1st and 4. The ball's at the 4-yard line. All right, guys, to go off to the right-hand side. Does he get in? And it is a touchdown by Jeff City.
That's going to be Zane Wings. He's number 7. He's a 5'11 senior. He takes the handoff, and he's going to go off the right side in there, and he basically scoots into the end zone there without a lot of effort.
Yeah, exactly. 13-6 is the score, and then we're going to see if they can do the extra point. The other one with Osage, when they tried to do their extra point, it did not work. That's why it's 6 and not 7.
Osage had a tough snap on that play. The holder had to get up and try to do something with it, and nothing worked on that one.
All right, let's see what happens here, and the score will go up again. The kick is up, and the kick is good, so it's 14-6, and we've got Jefferson City. They're up on top by 8. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
All right, here's our scoreboard, Tony.
I'll tell you what, the Camdenton Lakers are taking an early 6-0 lead over the Rolla Bulldogs. Blair Oaks and Maryville, there's no score in that one. Waynesville and Springfield Glendale, still no score. Boonville trailing Pleasant Hill 7-6. Fulton, last year's opponent, they're going to start off against the Eldon Mustangs, and that's 0-0.
All right, welcome back. And we've got a kickoff coming up here, and Jeff City's going to kick off near hash mark. Boom. And they get it all the way down. Let's see what happens here. Received into the end zone, and he's going to take – he took it out. Nope, they're going to give it to him at the 20-yard line, I think.
I think he had no intentions of taking that one out of that end zone.
Yeah, but it looked like his foot stepped out, but I think they just – I don't know.
And it's Osage will take over. Now they're starting to get themselves in just a little bit of hole. They're going to need a score right here, and they're going to need a great offensive set right here. No big plays on their first offensive drive, but you know what? They had a lot of plays that resulted in a positive yardage.
All right, that change of possession, J.J. Twiggs. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Osage. And they maybe get 2 yards on that run right up the middle, and they might have gotten a couple of yards. It's probably going to bring up 2nd down and 8. What do you think, Tony?
I'll tell you what, right there, the Jeff City line, they just kind of just took the ball carrier right there, gave him a short gain right there. And so Osage will bring someone else in, and they're going to call the play, and they're going to come up to the line and get ready to run another one.
8 minutes, under 8 minutes to go in this second quarter. The ball's on the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Osage Indians on offense, in between the hash marks. They get it on the gun formation, and it's, they maybe got a yard or so. They went off the right guard.
That's going to be Jackson Funderburk, as he's going to take the handoff. He is basically, once again, what Jackson does almost every game. He eludes 2 or 3 Jeff City Jays before the 4th one brings him down.
You know, they're going to give him a generous spot. It's only 3rd and 1 now. He's at the 29-yard line. He got further than I thought.
You know, big play for the Osage Indians as they're basically on their own side of the field, close to the end zone. They need a 1st down.
They sure do. Okay, here's the snap. Everybody's tight, and they jumped offside. It's going to be a 1st down. There's a penalty on that, and that's another penalty by our veterinary at the lake.
Right now, you'll see the Jeff City J coaches on the sideline. They're not happy because their line is supposed to be their bread and butter right now, and that's the organization that's drawing the penalties for them.
It sure is. Under 7 minutes to go, 6:56 to be exact. Now the ball's at the 34-yard line of Osage with a 1st and 10 to go. That's a 1st down right there.
You know, Guy, the Indians didn't want to be in that spot where it was 4th and 1 on a short field for them. And so they're glad that they were able to pick up that penalty and get that 1st down.
All right, that was a poly-lift 1st down as well.
Handoff there goes nowhere for Osage. And I tell you what, looks like the ball's going to be put on the ground. Jeff City is pointing that it's going to be theirs, but I think the ball's going to stay with the Indians.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. And the clock's going to continue to run. 6.5 to go, and the ball's at the 34-yard line. It is 2nd down, and looks like 9 yards to go.
And that's a very generous yard. It's pretty close to the first marker. You know, the Indians, you better be sure. You better get 10 on this one to get those chains moving.
Exactly, because I was surprised that they even gave him that much. All right, they break huddle. They're in between the hash marks. They swing a man far out to the left. Everybody else is bunched in. 2 backs in the backfield. Under center, he gives it to the 2nd back, and he gets maybe about 4 yards up to about the 40-yard line.
And that's going to be number 34, Aiden Williams. That's going to be his 6th carry of the night. He still ekes out after a hard run about 5 yards.
All right. 3rd down and 4, and they're actually platooning people in from the sidelines to keep everybody fresh. It's a nice night here at the School of the Osage. Beautiful evening for football.
You know, Guy, August football, though, you're playing your opponent and you're playing the temperatures.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, swinging out to the right. Wants to throw the ball. It was kind of hit on the way out, so it was a wobble ball.
That's going to be his 2nd attempt of the night as Isaac Stark. He's going to throw the ball away, and that's going to go over on the Jeff City sideline there. Probably the closest man to the ball at that time.
You're exactly right. Well, you know what? He's only a sophomore, and he's been doing a fairly good job commanding his team.
I'll tell you, he's stepped up, and then his first varsity start. He's just doing a great job so far.
All right, 4th down and 4, and it looks like they're going to punt the ball. And so they're back the punt with 5:15 to go in the second half. And the referee on the side looks like it's going to be a timeout, Jeff City. And so with that timeout, we're going to take one as well. You're listening to Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Polylift boat lifts. Boaters everywhere have relied on Polylift boat lifts to raise their boat up and out of the water time and time again. Polylift boat lifts are made of the finest materials and offer a lifetime warranty on the tanks. Stop by Polylift and see the huge selection of wet steps, water toys, and dock accessories. You can even shop online at polylift.com. Polylift boat lifts. You know what they say. We got time for little boat lifts. We build Polylifts.
back to Osage Indian football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, welcome back to Osage Indians football, broadcasting from the Wade Covington Century 21 Prestige at the Lake broadcast booth, ranked number 1 at the Lake.
4th and 4, Guy, as the Indians walk up to the line. They're set up to punt the ball. They'd like to have another one of those movement on the Jays there on the offside. Now they drop back into the formation, quarterback formation, and there it is, Guy.
And there it is, and that movement right there is going to give them a first down. So there's a couple things that happened on that play. Number one, we had a penalty, and so our veterinary penalty there, and then we also had a first down. It's a polylift first down. So there's a couple winning plays right there.
4th and 4 for the Indians. The Indians come out and they show punt formation. Then as they get ready to snap the ball, they run up into an offensive quarterback formation, and that was enough to get the Jeff City Jays to jump.
Yeah, it sure was. Okay, the ball's at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Osage Indians, 5:15 to go in this first half. And it's 14-6, but it doesn't seem that far away for Osage, does it?
Been a great game so far. It's been exciting to watch. Whether you're a Jeff City fan or you're an Osage fan, you're not going to be disappointed in this game as both sides are coming out and playing hard tonight. Looks like we're going to have a timeout, Jeff City.
Oh, another timeout, so we'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Osage Indians football. We'll be back.
State Fair Community College Fast Track program helps students who previously attended college but stopped because of life changes. Fast Track helps these students with special financial assistance to complete their goals. State Fair Community College offers more than 50 certificates or degrees in high-demand career fields. The Fast Track program at State Fair Community College can get you back on track and where you want to be. To learn more, call 660-596-7218 or www.sfccmo.edu/fasttrack.
Osage Indian football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, we're back. The ball's at the 45-yard line, and we've got 1st and 10 for the Osage Indians, and they got that as an advantage because of the penalty.
Well, Guy, this drive of the Indians started on the 20-yard line after a touchback. They've put 25 yards in offense, and they have worked for every one of those yards. Jeff City, on the other hand, there's 2 plays where there's been offsides that have resulted in 2 Osage first downs, and right now, that's the difference in this drive.
Yeah, it sure is. Now, Jeff City, they're up by 8 points right now, 14-6, but Osage, they've had a good representation of themselves as they're playing. And as we mentioned, and as you have emphasized, it's the line that's been making the difference. And Coach Shannon Jolly, he's really got these kids prepped for tonight.
I'll tell you, you never know. You never know when you come into a season. And Coach continued to talk about the preparation in the offseason. He talked about the kids coming in January in the cold and coming and working out and trying to get themselves better in the offseason. And it certainly looks like that's going to pay off. As this team went 3-7 last year, hit hard by graduation.
Yes.
But it looks like the machine is not missing a beat.
All right. 1st and 10 for Osage. They're at their own 45-yard line. They would dearly love to get a score on before the halftime. Here we go. Pitch out to the back. A nice little trickery play back there. And no dice. And actually maybe, well, if they give them forward progress, it'll be the original line of scrimmage. If not, he'll lose 2.
He might. That's Jackson Funderburk right there. He can't get around the end and get out to the outside there. And he's going to be brought down. I think we're going to be for about a 1-yard gain there.
Yeah, so they gave him a liberal spot there and forward progress, and so it's a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9. The ball's at the 46-yard line.
Osage gets ready as they're going to bring a fresh set of legs in. They're going to call the play. They're going to come out. Jeff City gets down in a stance, and they're going to be ready to go. 2nd and 9 on the 46.
Far hash mark. Man swung out to the right. A couple of backs in the backfield. There's a man in the slot, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout. Osage saw something they didn't like. Something was a mismatch, and they're going to go ahead and take a timeout. Still 4:27 to go in this first half, Guy. Yes, and that's a New Spring Wellness timeout.
Both teams go to the perspective sideline there, and they going to talk it over. Right now, Jeff City with a 14-point lead, but I'm pretty sure they're not as confident. They'd like to put another score on before the quarter, and as you said, Osage would like to inch a little quarter. They can tie this game with a 2.
Yeah, that's right. Because they're down by 8, so a touchdown is 6 points, and the 1-point conversion would be the kick. A 2-point conversion would be the 2. So they would like to do that. And the only problem was it was a mishandled snap.
I just wanted to show you my math skills there as we came out there. As both teams come back out onto the field, 2nd and 9 on the 46 for the Osage Indians.
It's being around all those educators in your lifetime there.
I wanted to show my mom all that education paid off.
Yeah. 4:27 to go, first half. The ball's at the 46-yard line. They break the huddle, far hash mark. They got a man swung out to the left, man in motion now from right to left, and they pitch it to the man in motion. Tries to go off to the left-hand side. Gets about maybe 5 yards before he's out of bounds. Looks like he's going to be out of bounds at the 49-yard line, a gain of 3.
That's Derek Bradley, number 4 for the Indians, and he is a senior. And I'll tell you, he got a lot of carries last year for the Indians. This is his first carry of the 2022 season, and it's a pretty strong run. As he gets around that end, his speed has just got great speed. Gets around there, and he picks up about 4.
He sure does. And so now we've got 3rd and 6, 4:21 to go. The ball's at the 49-yard line. Osage is on the move, and they've moved it with some penalties. All right, swinging out. Isaac looking for the pass. He throws it, and the ball is short, so there's not going to be a flag on the play for hindrance of the receiver.
You know, Guy, right now, if you're Osage, you know you have to throw the ball a couple of times a game because Jeff City is inching closer and closer to the line. They're bringing their secondary up. But a play right there where you're probably looking to do it 20, 25 yards, that's probably not the play for tonight. We need to shorten those routes down and give that quarterback a chance.
Yeah. All right, it's going to bring up a 4th down situation, and they could punt or go for it, but generally between the 40s, you look for either a fake or they go for it, and they've got nothing. They're going to try and punt it. So it'll be interesting to see. The punter's all the way back at the 35-yard line. There's the snap, and he does. He punts it, and it's all the way down, and it takes a bounce, and let's see where it lands, and he's going to down the ball at the 10-yard line.
What a great kick right there as he gets it down there. And I think that worked out for the Indians. Right now, if they're stopped short, Jeff City gets the ball in great position. Right now, they have pinned the Jays back on their own about 7-yard line, 8-yard line. And so now they've got a lot of turf to cover with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left.
And that's change of possession and sponsored by J.J. Twigs. All right. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line with 4 minutes to go in this first half. And they, this is going to be a telltale possession here because if they run the field, then it's going to change the whole complexion of the second half.
Big possessions for the Indian. They want to go in. If they can't get the ball back, they want to go in trailing 14-6.
And he might have got, and he does. He gets the first down, takes it all the way up to the 21-yard line. So they're going to move the sticks for Jeff City.
Strong run there for the Jays as they come off, try to get to the outside there, and they're able to, and they're going to run for 10 yards off that play. If you're Osage, you need to get some plays where there's no gain.
All right. Ball's at the 21-yard line. They're at the near hash mark here. 3:48 to go. Clock is moving. They break the huddle. No one swung out to the right. Now man in motion is going to go out to the wide right. He's under the center. Gives it to the back in the backfield. And it goes off the left-hand side. Tackled immediately. Great tackling by Osage.
Gang tackle right there by the Indians, and that's exactly what the Indians needed at this moment in time. They needed a play for no gain, and that's what they got.
Clock does continue to move. 2nd down with 11 yards to go. The ball's placed at the 20-yard line, so that was a loss of 1 on the play.
Right now, if you're Osage with just a little over 3 minutes to go, you want that clock to run, especially when the Jays are on their own side of the field.
All right, they break huddle near hash mark. Everybody is bunched in, and they've got 3 people in the background, and now they move 1 to the left slot. 2 backs in the back. He's under center. Pitches it out to the back on the far left-hand side. He's trying to swing it around and met by a tackler. Does not get the first down. Short by 2.
Number 14, Eric Hood for the Indians, had an opportunity to bring the ball carrier down for about a 5-yard loss. I think we're going to see a penalty against the Jays on number 57, as he's going to have a face mask call against him.
Ooh. So that's going to change the complexion of this, and that's going to take it back.
Yeah, he put a hit on Eric Hood right there, and that was after the ball had already went past them, and so that's going to result in a flag every time.
All right, so now they're just trying to march it off, and they have moved it way back, and it looks like it's going to be second down and 21 maybe?
No big plays, Guy. Right now the Indians have got to be thinking no big plays.
All right, the ball is placed all the way back at the 11-yard line. All right, bunched in, man off to the right, one in the slot. There's movement, but no dice. And now he's going to looking to throw the ball, and then he's going to run with it and tackle from behind. Great tackling by Osage to catch up with him.
I'll tell you what, number three, Jacob Wilson, he's the junior quarterback for the Jays. He drops back to pass, Guy. There's no one open.
Nobody.
And so he immediately goes to the run, and they're going to bring him down for no gain.
Yeah, they are. Okay, third down and 17. Good defensive stand here by Osage. The ball is at the 14-yard line. 2 minutes now. It's the 2-minute warning.
And that clock continues to run as we've got 1:55 to go in this half. The Jays will break huddle as they're on their own 17-yard line.
And there they go. And they're trying to go off to the right-hand side. And once again, good defense by Osage. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
If you're Jeff City, you've got 1:30 on the clock. You're probably going to go ahead and punt, and you're going to have faith in your defense. Osage should have great field position, as they should be around the 50-yard line when they receive the kick.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Clock is at 1:28 to go in this first half, and it's been a fast-moving half, hasn't it?
I'll tell you what, it's been a great first half. You know, you never know what to expect in that first game of the season, but both head coaches, even if you're Shannon Jolly or you're Damian Wells, you've got to be happy with the performance of your club so far.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, Osage, they've worked hard, they've practiced hard, and I'll tell you what, this is where the weight room plays off too.
I'll tell you one thing that you get when you have Coach Jolly is you're going to get a 365 program. He's going to support other programs, but his kids are going to work, and they're going to get better in January. They're going to get better in summer, and then he's going to have them ready for opening night, and that's exactly what we see so far as the Indians trail 14-6 with 1:28 to go in the first half. But so far, they've had a great game.
Ball's on the 19-yard line, 4th down and 12 yards to go. And they've got a man in punt formation all the way back at the 4-yard line. Here's the snap, and he does, and he punts it. It's a long, like, line drive punt. It takes a roll and does go out of bounds.
Ball's going to go out. Ball's going to go out around the Indians' 40. They're going to have about 1:22. They're going to try to score, and so let's see. Hopefully this Indian offense can get going.
Exactly.
And that's going to be led by the sophomore quarterback, Isaac Stark, as the Indians come out. Looks like we're going to spot the ball. A little bit of confusion there. And the Indians will start on their own 43, 1st and 10. Indians in a shotgun formation. Isaac rolls to his right for his 3rd pass of the evening, and he's going to hit number 81 for about a 5-6 yard gain. Indians are going to have to get a little more than that as Ryan King, the senior tight end, makes the catch. Going to have another pass play here for the Indians. He's looking downfield. Nobody open. He's going to run across. He's going to keep it. And he's going to run out of bounds. probably in that play, Guy, he probably should have went and stayed in bounds and tried to get that first down and then step out of bounds.
Yes. Well, he's right at half field, though, and 3rd down and 3. They could still pick up a first down here.
48.9 seconds. If Osage can't score on this possession, they would at least like to keep it to where the Jeff City Jays have a long way to go to score and not a lot of time.
Exactly. All right, here they go. They break the huddle. They're at the near hash mark. They swing a man all the way out to the far left-hand side, and he's really out there. Slot to the right, and he looks to go straight up the middle and maybe gets a yard or two, just going to be short of the first down by about 1.
You know, that's number 34, Aiden Williams. He's a sophomore running back for the Osage Indians. I'll tell you what, so far he's had a great night for any class, but especially for a sophomore playing a varsity game.
Oh, absolutely.
34 and a half seconds to remain in this half. Now if you're the Indians, you got a tough call right here. You're 4th and 1 at midfield.
Yeah, you really are. Good crowd here tonight, whether you're Jeff City or Osage, and this side, which is where the bleachers are, whether it's visitor or home, it's filled up.
I think if you're the Indians right now, I think you're gonna go for it here on 4th and 1. If you're a head coach, you've got to have a little faith in your offense.
Absolutely. All right, they're about ready to break the huddle, and this they've got maybe 2 or 3 plays before the half. Now they've got to make this one to continue, otherwise it will be Jeff City ball.
You know, Osage has called their last time out with 34 seconds left. That's going to be tough to get a score. They're going to need to make a big play to get in there and get this game just a little bit closer. Boy, it would be nice, Guy, to go into the halftime tied 14-14.
Oh, you got that right. Okay, they break the huddle. Let's see what Osage has in store for us here at home. All right, they're down. Ball's at the 48-yard line of Jeff City. And they're going to go straight up the middle, and that is a first down. I believe that's a polylift first down.
That's a strong run there.
Yes, it sure was.
Strong run for Aiden Williams right there as Osage very quickly go to the line as they're out of timeouts, and they're going to spike the ball. And that's going to stop the clock for the Indians. Now they're in a position, Guy, on the 37. They can take a couple of shots at the end zone.
Yes, they can. All right, and the ball is at the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure we can get the ball all the way to the end zone. We're going to need to run some quick outs. That way we can get out of bounds and make sure we make the most of that 24-second clock.
You're exactly right. 24.2. 2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 37-yard line. And they're down. They're set. Throws the ball off to the left-hand side. No dice, but it does stop the clock, so it gives them more time.
Yeah, that's a great play call right there. First of all, you have to recognize what your quarterback can do for you. About 10, 15 yards, maybe 20. Osage Indians are pretty accurate. We get a little past that, it gets a little dicey. Right there, I don't think we were all cued there, as we seem to have a miscommunication as the receiver never turned around and looked for the ball.
All right. 14-6 is the score, and Jeff City's up on top by 8 points. 20.8 seconds to go in this half, and it's 3rd down and 10. The ball's at the 37-yard line. All right, he's in the gun formation. Looks to the left, looks to the right. He wants to throw it to the left, and he does. Completes the pass, and he steps out of bounds. Wise up head move by stepping out of bounds, stopping the clock.
I tell you what, the Indians out of timeout. We've now got just a little under 16 seconds to go. They can get a lot of shots right there if they continue that out.
All right. 15.9 seconds, and 3rd and 10 now. No, it's 4th, and they haven't corrected it on the scoreboard. It's 4th down and about 3 yards to go.
Now, if you're the Indians, do you run it and eat up the rest of your clock, or do you take another shot at stepping out of bounds and getting another shot at the end zone?
I think you do what you have to do to get the first down, and maybe you have 10 seconds left. That's what I think you do. And he's going to throw it, and he is tackled, and that's probably going to be the half because they're out of timeouts.
He's going to be Isaac right there. He's looking around for a receiver. Didn't receive a receiver. Had to run around in the backfield there, and he's going to be brought down by the defense of the Jeff City Jays, and the Jeff City Jays will take over on their own 29 with a little over 11 seconds to go. If you're Osage right now, Guy, no big plays. Keep those receivers in front of you.
Absolutely. Well, our score is sponsored by LOZ Antique Mall. They boast over 200 vendors, 18,000 square feet of antiques, collectibles, even some junk, and some items that change daily. Located along Highway 54, just 6 miles from the Lake Ozark roundabout, LOZ Antique Mall is open every day except Tuesday.
Jeff City lines up.
They're just going to take a knee. No, they're going to go for it. Let's see what happens. They throw the ball.
That's going to be intercepted. That's going to be intercepted by number 4. That's Derek Bradley, Osage senior. And now that ball is back to Osage, and I would look for Osage to take a knee, and let's go to that locker room at halftime, trailing 14-6.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout and for an ID here in about 6 seconds. Our ID is sponsored by Designer Showcase Remodeling, and view their services, gallery, and more at designershowcase.me or call Jeff 630-774-1432. And we'll have that ID in just about 6 seconds here.
Indians come out in a tight formation, Guy. And they're going to hand the ball off. There's going to be a big run up the middle right there by number 34, Aiden Williams.
HD2 Osage Beach.
And tell you what that does, that builds up the stats.
But it's going to take us to the half where the Osage Indians are going to trail at half 14-6 to the Jefferson City Jays.
All right, this is halftime. We've got a score 14-6. We're going to be back in 3 minutes. This is Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
When your garage door sounds like this,
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
It's our way to say thank you from Country Financial. Come see me, Dustin Cox, Country Financial Agent in Osage Beach, across from Culver's, or visit my website, countryfinancial.com.
Number 1 on my bucket list is remodeling the kitchen. I chose Designer Showcase Remodeling over the competition because I know my kitchen will look wonderful. Owner Jeff Kanata is the first award-winning certified master kitchen and bath designer at the lake. Designer Showcase Remodeling works with my budget, focusing on my wish list to make it a reality. Your home is their passion. View their services, gallery, and contact information at designershowcase.me or call Jeff at 630-774-1432.
The Law Office of Christopher M. Rohr is proud to sponsor Lake Area High School athletics and Special Olympics. For over a quarter of a century, Christopher Rohr has been providing individuals and small businesses in the lake community and throughout mid-Missouri with professional and affordable legal services. If you have a legal issue and need to speak to an experienced attorney, call the Law Office of Christopher M. Rohr for a free consultation. 573-348-3313. For 25 years, Lake Ozark Water and Sewer in Camdenton has been an industry leader in wastewater and drinking water services. They perform water testing in their state-certified lab with results in just 24 hours, serving HOAs, condominiums, municipalities, and more. Lake Ozark Water and Sewer certified operators provide sample collection, operations, and maintenance services for lift stations, wastewater treatment facilities, and drinking water systems. Call 346-2092. Lake Ozark Water and Sewer. There's clean water in your future.
The eyes have it all at LensMart Optical. Their staff provides the eye care and eyewear you need to look your best. They offer quality eye exams for contacts or glasses with a variety of the latest frames to fit every price range. LensMart Optical is the only lens provider at the lake that offers same-day service on single vision glasses. Visit their offices in Osage Beach or Camdenton. Dr. Brett Coons and Dr. Aaron Gagno accept patients of all ages and most insurance plans.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing
To
good.
help you with all your vision needs.
You're listening to Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, welcome back, and it's halftime here at the School of the Osage, and the band is out there playing. And I'll tell you what, it's nice to see the band because that's a team just like the football is a team, and School of the Osage has some tremendous activities.
You know, the music department is led by Jeff Kyle, and he just does a great job. He does a great job of connecting with kids, and then he does a great job of getting the band ready to perform.
All right, and they have many other activities throughout the year. We're going to be back, but we're going to play you the Coach's Corner, and this is going to be for our TV people. And so this is the Coach's Corner with Coach Shannon Jolly. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. Thanks for coming over, guys.
All right. Tonight is the big game, Jefferson City Jays, and you're starting off with a tough one right out of the gate.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about it, I think, extensively over the summer. It's just an opportunity to raise the standard. I mean, it's a good football team, and we're going to have our hands full, but our kids are excited about the opportunity to maybe do something that hasn't been done and play up like this, and so we're excited about bringing the Jays to the lake.
There's nothing wrong with tough competition, you know, when you deal with this, because then it knows what the kids can expect, and it will raise their level, won't it?
Yeah, we're just trying to set a standard. I mean, when you have the, state champions in your conference in Blair Oaks and Hallsville and Boonville, and those guys beating Blair Oaks and doing the things that they've done recently, it's, it's time for us to up our game up a little bit. And, we, like I said, again, it's a tall task, but I think it'll be a great start for us.
Okay, how's the team looking this year?
Our kids have worked their butts off. As far as putting it together, we've been to team camp. We played really well at team camp, but there's no officials at team camp. There's no scoreboards, so that's not completely an accurate, indication of where we're at. But we liked what we saw at team camp. We're a little bit banged up right now, but I think eventually when we get healthy, I think we're going to be a really tough out for anybody late in the season.
Okay, we've got a 10-game season here, and generally they say defense progresses faster than offense at the beginning. So let's talk one part at a time. We have your offense. What's your offense looking like?
Well, I think we ran the ball really well last year and had some bright spots. Following when you have a dynamic player like Brockton McLaughlin who can make plays on his own, sometimes you don't get to truly see all of the other things that come with the offense. Well, this year I think that stuff Brockton will be missed, but at the same time I think you'll see some other guys step up, specifically in our running back group.
Okay, running back, who should we look for?
Well, I mean, Jackson Funderburk is kind of the guy coming back for us.
And we called his name a lot last year.
Yeah, we did. And, and we've got Aiden Williams, a new sophomore, who's coming in to run the ball really well, and Eric Hood. And we're trying to do some different things with Derek Bradley, who was in that running back group last year, more of a wing player, doing some stuff on some counter stuff and put him in the passing game a little bit. So it's a really talented group. But, the only talent that's going to be seen from them is what's produced by the offensive line, and that's a group that we're really excited about as well.
Okay, wide receivers and tight ends rather. Tight ends I kind of put with that because they can kind of alternate with blocking and with catching. How are we doing on that?
Well, we've got seniors back. We've got 15 to 17 seniors, I think, and all of those guys are starters in those positions that you're talking about. So they should have high expectations placed on them. Hunter Graber is a talented receiver, as we'll see, and hopefully we can kind of put all that stuff together.
Okay, now let's talk about defense. What are you looking at there?
Well, we've changed our defensive scheme and tried to simplify it a little bit for our kids, so hopefully they can play a little bit faster. And so far this summer it seems like they're playing with a little bit more confidence. And again, our offensive linemen are going to be guys playing both ways on the defensive line, and that's really our strength. So hopefully we can lean on those big guys. And Friday night against Jeff City, we're going to need it because they got some big dudes up front.
Okay, scouting. We're looking at Jeff City. What have you seen that you need to attack or maybe adjust to?
Well, it goes back to what I just said. They have some big kids that can move, and they've done a really good job established in the line of scrimmage, last year. And, that was the first year they've had a winning record for a long time. And a lot of it was due to their running game. And they've lost a couple dynamic backs from last year. But they, Jeff City's got a lot of kids in the school, and there's a lot of athletes there. So they've replenished that. We're just going to have to play tough football and tough disciplined football to make sure that, we give ourselves an opportunity to be in the game.
All right. I want to talk about next man up. Last year, the first one of that, and this has been a favorite of mine when you mentioned that last year. Are you doing second year with that?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's funny. Yeah, September 18th, we're doing our graduation from the first group that's been through for the 12 months. So that was the plan, and it's been nothing short of amazing for me personally, just seeing these guys and some of the process. But the people that have stepped up, from Jason Whittle to, we had Dustin Colquitt from the Chiefs come in. He happens to have a house down here, and he came in and spoke to our kids. And even from some of our local people, just pouring back into our kids about being strong young men. So that's been awesome. We're getting ready to select up to 20 more young men for this year's group. So it's just a process that recycles itself, and hopefully we'll see the dividends.
You mentioned Jason, and you mentioned Dustin, and that is so cool because here these young men are looking at men who have succeeded in some areas, but yet it's more than playing on the field. It's the quality of the person inside.
Yeah, and they talk about all the time men of character, and anytime you can bring men of character around your program, the byproducts of that are going to be phenomenal. Sometimes they continue to hear us say things, or their parents, but sometimes somebody else on the outside might spark that thought process or that motivation to be better, not only on the field but off the field. And to have football players like NFL guys that are here and as assets to speak to these kids is just kind of a win-win.
Anything else you want to share?
No, we're just excited about the season, and our kids have put in a tremendous off season, and it's time for them and their opportunity to shine. So, we look forward to having huge crowds. I know this first one's going to be big, having Jeff City come up. So we appreciate you guys covering us and look forward to the season.
All right. That's Coach Shannon Jolly here on the Coach's Corner. We'll be back.
This is Osage Indian Football, 104.9.
All right, Tony, and we are back here, and we've got about 5 minutes to go before the third quarter. And what's going on?
Well, I tell you what, Guy, as humans, we always want to compare things. And so let's take a step and let's compare this year's first game to last year's first game. Last year at this time, we're in Fulton, Missouri, a program that's in a rebuilding process. We get away with there with a 24-19 at this, and look at this year, we're playing a very good Jeff City team who finished 6-5 last year, but did not play a small school on their schedule at all. They went against the big boys, and Osage, after the first half of this game, is down 14-6. I think if you're Shannon Jolly, you've got to be happy with the way your Indians are playing.
And these kids playing they know who Jeff City is. That's not a big secret. They know that these are the big guys from up north, and yet by playing this close in just the first half alone, has got to give these kids a little bit of confidence going in.
Well, I tell you, and I bet you Shannon Jolly's telling his kids that first half is over, and we didn't just come here to play well. We came here to win tonight. And right now, one of the questions was, we graduated Brock McLaughlin. Now we bring in Connor Vaughn. He gets hurt, and he's not going to be able to play the 2 weeks of the season. They have to go to a sophomore, Isaac Stark, number 15. And I'll tell you what, for the most part, Isaac stepped up and done a great job tonight.
Tony, when you mentioned that, and we talked about that with the coach, and he developed that program last year. He mentioned Jason Whittle. He mentioned Dustin Colquitt. Next man up. That's the whole thing. Okay, Connor's hurt. Guess what? Next man up. Who is it? It's Isaac Stark. That is what this game's about, is that you have to be ready to take the place and be the next man up.
I'll tell you, you're exactly right. Life is all about when your opportunity comes, you take advantage of that. And number 34, Aiden Williams, new to the School of the Osage family, he's a sophomore running back, and he's had 8 carries tonight, all for positive yardage. And so he's been a great addition to our club.
All right, we're going to take our final timeout before the third quarter. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and so we'll be back. This is Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
Come out to LOZ.
Attention parents, State Fair Community College is your source for dual credit courses. Taking dual credit courses means your high school student can earn college credit at a significant discount. In fact, dual credit courses at State Fair Community College are free for students who qualify for free or reduced lunches. Get a jump on college, save big in tuition. Enroll your student in dual credit courses at State Fair Community College. Visit www.sfccmo.edu/dual credit or call 660-530-58.
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
We want to help you achieve better health naturally. Call us for your free consultation at 573-693-1977. We are located next to the post office in Osage Beach, or find us online at newspringwellnesscenter.com.
Indians football on 104.9.
All right, we're back, and we're back here at the School of the Osage. We're ready for football here. We've got Jeff City. They're in the end zone on the far left, and they're doing their stretching. And we've got Osage on the end zone on the far right, and they're doing their stretching. The refs are coming out. And so Jeff City, they're in all white helmets, and Osage, white pants, burgundy tops, and white helmets.
I'll tell you guys, both teams come out onto the field. We've got about 45 seconds before the Indians are going to have the football first. And so if you're the Osage Indians, you've got to come out today, and you have got to keep up that pressure on the line. Right now, the Indians line has matched Jeff City's line player for player and play by play. And so you've got to be happy with that if you're Shannon Jolly. Also in the quarterback position, you know, Isaac has got to stay on it. He's still got to play. He's only a sophomore guy, but tonight he's playing like a senior.
Oh, absolutely. And this is just exciting to be here. And we are live streaming it on the Facebook page, on krmsradio.com, on KRMS TV 32.11. That's the local Essex channel. And this is our first time live streaming an Osage Indians football game. There might be a couple glitches in there, but you know what? We're going to get better as the season goes on.
I tell you what, if you're unable to get to the game, we're happy to provide that game for you. And so it's the first game of hopefully many this year, and we want to make sure that you have a chance to get involved with the game as well.
All right, Tony. Well, they're ready to go, and we've got now they're saying 2.5 minutes because they readjusted the clock here. The score is 14-6. And but we want to thank all the people there who have sponsored our broadcast this season. And it is Lake Ozark Water and Sewer, Lensmart Optical, LOZ Antique Mall, New Spring Wellness Center, Long Pump Service, Pacific Pools, Paws Place, Animal Shelter and Thrift Store. We've got Polylift. We also have State Fair College, Superior Overhead Door, Designer Showcase, Century 21, Prestige at the Lakeway, Covington, Country Financial, Designer Showcase, Econolift, J.J. Twigs, and the Law Office of Christopher M. Rohrer.
And guys, both teams are, like you say, we've adjusted the clock a little bit, and that's okay. We've had a great first half, and I'm anticipating a second half that is very similar to the first. And right now, Guy, look for Eric Hood on the defensive end to have a big play this second half. His speed on the outside, I imagine his name came up in the halftime in the Jeff City locker room, especially as that quarterback after that first sack went, hey, who's got him? And so Eric showed what an athlete he is right there, and he's been in that backfield several plays tonight. look for him. If Osage can get him in there and he can get a couple of sacks, look for good things to happen for the Indians.
And if I'm the coach in Osage, I'm saying, you know what? Look what we've done. We've only held them to 14 points. So defense, you just keep up the good hard work and all the work that you've done in the weight room and you've lifted and all that off-season work, it's paying off now because that's, it's the trenches that makes the difference.
And right now, and I think the Osage team is a little tougher than they've been in years past right now. And Coach Jolly was, at the end of last season, was a little unhappy sometimes because the Indians might get a little ding or dang hit up a little bit. And now they're coming out tough right now. And look for this second half as fatigue can become a problem. Let's see if the Indians are ready this season.
Yes, absolutely. All right, we've got under 30 seconds to go, and we're going to have the kickoff. Now, if you recall, Osage kicked off in the first part of the game.
And
they should be receiving.
They'll be receiving the ball. And so Osage, that's why you're another situation why at the end of the first half, Guy, you see Indians not really take a lot of deep shots into the end zone because there's no panic there. Because the worst thing that can happen is we go down down one touchdown, and we get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, absolutely. We want to thank Jack for manning the dials back at Master Control, CJ and Jonathan working with scoreboard and all the cameras, and myself along with Tony Herman. And we thank you for listening, and we thank KRMS Sports for broadcasting this. This is a production of KRMS Sports. And Laker football, which is tonight going from Rolla, that is also a production of KRMS Sports. So our sports department is working hard tonight, bringing you two games on two different stations.
I'll tell you what, Guy, KRMS, we love to make sure that we're there for our community. And right now that means getting out our sports. And we've got two great football clubs in our coverage area, and I think we're going to have a good season with both.
Yes. I absolutely agree. Okay, we're going to kick off, and here it is, and let's see who's going to receive for Osage. It's a beautiful kick all the way back to the end zone, and he takes it at the 1, and he's going to keep on going. He's at the 15, he's at the 20, keeps on going. He's at the 25, 26, 27. He keeps those feet moving. He's all the way up to the 30-yard line, Tony.
I'll tell you what, that's Derek Bradley. He's going to be a senior for the Osage Indians. Last year, he gets the ball quite a bit more than he's got it so far this season. But what a great run right there as he takes the kick, which was a strong kick, back to the 1, and he takes it all the way to the 30. Just the sheer last 10 yards of that on effort only.
Oh, yeah, that's all him. That's personal effort. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. They're going to be at the near yard marker. Hash marks. Help me out here. All right. They break the huddle. One's far left. Men are switching. They're in the slot and to the left. They give it to the back in the backfield. Goes on the left side. Maybe picks up 2 yards. It's going to bring up a second down and maybe 8.
If you're Osage Indians, you don't want to get in a position where you keep getting those D-backs sneaking up and creeping up and keep creeping up because you just don't throw the ball a lot. So look for Osage to throw a couple of short passes here tonight to keep that defense honest.
All right. They break the huddle, and let's see what they have in store for us. And looks like he's going to be in the gun formation. They split one way off to the left-hand side. Man in the slot on the right-hand side. A man in the backfield, and he gives it to the man in the backfield and keeps on moving those legs. And they tried to push him back, but he gets all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I'll tell you, Guy, one thing the Indians are doing well tonight, and that's second effort. They're not going down on the first tackle. It takes 2-3 tacklers of the Jays to bring down the Indians right now.
Yes, exactly. All right, 3rd down and 5. Let's see. They need to get that first down so they can keep this drive going. 10:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. The score is 14-6. We're here at Osage, and it's their home opener. All right. Here's the touchdown. They split it on off to the left-hand side. Will he have it? It's just short by a yard. That's a gain of 4. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1.
I'll tell you what, that's a situation you don't want to be in right now. Down 1 yard, fourth down, and the ball only on the 35 right there. Now you're going to have a tough decision. Can we keep moving forward, or do we need to kick?
Looks like they moved the ball back to the 35-yard. No, wait. because the yard marker's at the 35, which would bring up a 3rd and 5, and they're rediscussing some. What's going on here, Tony?
I think the scoreboard's a little slow to react here. I think we're going to be short just a little bit. And so look at that, guy. Looks like we're going to be short about 6 inches.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's see what happens here. Boy, the 6 inches, I think it's just maybe about I think it's closer than 6 inches, like 1 inch or so.
I mean, you might be the length of my worn-out debit card as that ball is tight. When you have to bring the chains all the way over to spot the ball, I think that just shows you how close it is. Tough decision right now for the Osage Indians. Once again, do we go for it on the own side of our field, or do we kick it away? I think the Indians are going to go.
Absolutely, and if you got confidence in your line, and all they have to do is lean forward, and you can get maybe 6 inches to a foot there on a good lean.
And we're going to see right here as the Indians come up to the line.
All right, here we go. Here's the money call, and they give it to the back, and he does go forward, and he gets about 5.5 yards there, and it will bring a poly lift first down up.
Strong run there, guy, as the Indians pick up 5. Only needed inches, but they pick up 5 yards right there. That's going to give those Indians just a little bit more confidence as they're up 1st and 10 on their own 45.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They break the huddle, and they swing a man out to the far left or on the far hash mark now. Man in the slot on the near side. All right, they give it to the back in the backfield, swings off of right tackle, and he maybe gets a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. It's a gain of 1.
That's going to be Jackson Funderburk. He's number 24 for the Indians. That's about his 5th or 6th carry of the night. He's going to get a hard one there, guys. It's going to be 2nd and 9 on the 46.
Well, running backs, that's what it is. It's just maybe 1 here, 2 here, maybe 5 here, and pretty soon you end up with 50 or 75 yards in a game.
And Jackson has the only score for the Indians tonight as he ran for about 25 yards to get the touchdown in the first quarter.
9:14 to go in the third quarter, 14-6. The Indians down by 8. Gives it to back in the backfield. No, it's quarterback keeper. He's going to swing off to the left-hand side, and he gets maybe about 4 yards before he dances out of bounds. It's going to be at the 49-yard line of Osage. Bring up a 3rd down and 5.
A little bit of a broken play there. Matter of fact, I don't know how you have a little bit of a broken play. It's a broken play right there, and Isaac's going to have to keep that ball, and he's going to run just as you said he's going to step out on the 49-yard line there, and that's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Indians as they're continually in that 3rd down situation.
3rd down and 6. The ball's at the 49-yard line of Osage Beach. Far hash mark. Man swung out to the right-hand side. They give it to the back in the backfield, met for a loss of 2.
Not the situation you wanted there. We're going to be shy of the 50. Now we're going to be 4th and
about 7.
Or 4th and about 7 right there, give or take a yard. And good job, Guy Wayman. We're going to be on the 48-yard line with 4th and 7. 8:40 to go in this third quarter.
Good job, Guy Wayman. You lost him a yard.
Yes. Well, make no doubt, I blame you. And it's as the Indians get in a punt formation.
Thanks, Tony.
I'm there for you.
That's right. I got your back.
It's the front I'm beating up.
All right, here we go. Here's the punt. That's a bobbled. He's got a fall on it. Just save face on that one, and that is a total bobbled punt on that.
I'll tell you right now, that's the second long snap off the carpet right there. We missed our extra point as the ball trickled across the grass right there. Right there, excellent chance to get a good strong punt off and pin the Jays down into their beneath their own 20. That turned drastically wrong as the number 21, the punter for the Osage Indians, basically has to fall on the ball.
All right, that's a J.J. Twiggs change the possession play. All right, the Jays have the ball. It's at the 35-yard line of Osage. They pitch it out to the back, and the whistle is blown, and we've got a penalty.
Going to be a false start against the quarterback for the Jays. And now we're going to go 1st and 15 from the 40.
And sometimes it's those self-inflicted wounds that can hurt you more than anything.
Well, I'll tell you right now, as the Jays are having some formation problems, that's their fourth false start penalty tonight. But that was a big play just a minute ago for the Osage Indians as they basically take a large loss on 4th down and 5.
Break the huddle from the 40. Let's see what they do. They're trying to drive it up the middle, and they get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a gain of 5. It will bring up 2nd and 10.
Strong run there for the Jays as he picks up 5. Gang tackled, brought down by the Osage Indians there at the original line of scrimmage.
All right. Well, let's see what happens here. Actually, the Osage Indians, the defense is playing really quite well. And you know what? They have not really given up that super big play.
You know, and that's been the Achilles heel for the Indians.
All right, a pitch out to the backfield, and the defense is stepping up. That's another gain of 5, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. So they did not get the first down. The ball will be placed at the 30-yard line.
And that's number 5, Kentrell Johnson. He's a junior running back for the Jays. He's got a pitch out there. He is a strong runner right there, and it takes more than one Indian to bring him down.
All right, 7 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, and they're at the near hash mark, and they're all bunched in. They've got one back in the backfield. The quarterback is under center. Men in motion from left to right. One splits out to the far right as a receiver, and it's either some motion or something. They're pointing. Both teams are pointing to the other direction like there might have been a penalty.
Well, both teams are trying to sell it that it was the other guy. It could go either way as I saw movement on the Jays line, and then the Indians cross over.
And the flag is on the very far side.
And so that's going to go against the Indians, and that should be enough for a Jeff City first down.
And it is. So the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line, and the nose is touching the 25, and so they boy, they're really stingy with those with those quarter. Boy, oh boy.
They're accurate on their measurements tonight, aren't they?
You know, and sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes they look for the solid line to put the ball on because they can't figure out what's going on.
If you're Osage, that's definitely not the situation you wanted to be in there. You don't want a penalty as your opponent is marching down the field against you.
All right, well, they did place it at the 25-yard line. They did move the sticks on the far side, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Jays. As they break huddle, they're on the near hash mark. 2 men in the backfield. He is under center. Now the movement, they switch their formation. Man on the slot on the left. There's the snap. They give it to the back in the backfield, looking for that room on the left-hand side. He's got it, 5-4-3. Oh, he's pushed out at about the 4. Did not quite make it past that. Let's see if they... Well, they've got the toe at the 5-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal at the 5 for the Jays.
That's number 11, Jaden LaVallette. He's a 5'9" sophomore for the Jays. He checks in as Kentrell Johnson, the starting running back, is out on the sideline.
All right, and we've got a touchdown now by Jeff City, and so that goes up another 6 points, and we'll have to see what happens here. But, So they'll probably just kick it. Their kicks for the extra point. They've not had any problems from snap to the holder to the kick. And another one would just put them up by 15.
You know, Guy, both teams, and you don't see that a lot in high school football, both teams have good kickers.
Oh, that one missed it. He was short. He did not make it. Unusual. So 6:37 to go. We've got a touchdown and a missed extra point. The score is 20-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
Here's a service to get pumped up about. Long Pump Service wants you to enjoy safe and clean drinking water. Water well pump and pressure tank installation, along with water leak repairs, are just a few of the services offered by Long Pump Service. Water pumps help with consistent water pressure, serving the entire lake area and beyond with 24-hour emergency service. Call Alvin Long at Long Pump Service. They strive to be the best. 573-286-1986. 286-1986.
All right, welcome back. Osage Indians football, and we're broadcasting from the campus of the School of the Osage, right up here between Osage Beach and Kaiser, right? Is this Kaiser or is this Osage Beach?
This is actually Kaiser, Missouri.
So it is on the Kaiser side.
It is. And so let's go ahead and let's take a look at a few scores here while we've got a minute. We've got Blair Oaks 34-14 over Maryville. We've got Camdenton big over Rollitt 31-0. Waynesville and Glendale still no score. Pleasant Hill all over Boonville at 33-7 at the half. And then of course we're at this game 20-6. Eldon beating on the Fulton Hornets 12-8. They're at half. And then California comes back against Savannah and they take a 1-point lead at the half 22-21.
All right. And that's our scoreboard looking around the area tonight. And Brendan Matthews will have all those scores coming up.
And so we also have Southern Boone. They're down a score to 20-14 to Odessa.
And the scoreboard sponsored by Superior Overhead Door and family owned, and they cover the entire Lake of the Ozarks area and beyond. Visit them on Facebook or online at superioroverheaddoormo.com. Or call Brian at 573-789-0654.
If you're the Indians guy, this is a big drive for you. As you're trying to stay in this game, you've played great so far. You've played well, but you need to come out and you need to put numbers on the board.
Yes, and you played respectable ball. You might be underneath right now, but you're playing one of the best in the state. All right. They're at the 20-yard line. They're in between the hash mark, in the gun formation. They hand it off to the back in the backfield. Swings off to the left-hand side, and he's just short of 2 yards from that first down marker at the 30.
Great handoff right there is the Indians. They're going to take it around the end there. They get around that corner, and they get up the field. He's just going to be a little short of that first down.
All right, the clock is not moving because it looks like he got out of bounds, and so it will be 2nd down and 2 from the 28-yard line. All right, it's going to be at the far hash mark there. Let's see what they do when they break the huddle and how they set up here. All right, here they go. They give it to the back, and will he make the first down? No, he doesn't. He is met out. They might give it to him, Tony, because they're marching it out at the 30, and I think
they're going to move the chains as Aiden Williams makes a strong run, but he gets stood up very close to that first down marker there, but he's going to get a spot there, and we're going to go first and 10 for the Indians.
And that's a poly-lift first down, and if I ever saw one, that was a poly-lift first down.
6 minutes to go in this third quarter, guy. Indians trail 20-6.
Clock moving, 5:55 to go, third quarter. Pitch out, gives it to the back, and he is stopped and flagged.
That's going to be a handoff to Jackson Funderburk. He is low to the ground, and he is fast, and he's going to scoot out for about 8 yards, but we're going to have a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be a holding against the Osage Indians.
Yes, it is. Boy, and that's costly because I'll tell you what, they have not had many penalties tonight. Most of the penalties have been on the Jays side of the ball.
You know, I agree with that. But you know what? It looks like coming out in this second half, the yards are coming just a little bit harder for the Osage Indians. And so not only do you get a penalty, but you eliminate a great run by Jackson Funderburk, picking up 8 or 9 yards.
Well, you said these early games in August, a couple things are happening. You're starting to build up your game strength, too, because now you're at 2.5 quarters in, and you're now playing full-on football.
Absolutely. Everyone right now, we're in a game right now as we'll be first and
20.
First and 20.
And they maybe picked up 3, so it's going to bring up, let's see, 2nd down and maybe, 16?
This is a situation where the Indians don't want to be in, Guy. They don't want to be in that first or second and long.
Yes.
Because that passing game is almost non-existent for the Indians.
You're exactly right. All right, they break the huddle. The ball is at the 24-yard line. They've got to get all the way up to the 40. Second down and 16 yards. All right, he wants to throw it. Isaac is in trouble. He throws it away. Is it intentional grounding? Yes, it is.
And so had to think about that. The official had to think about that. He didn't get all the way out of the pocket before the pressure came and got him, and he had to throw that away.
And there was no receiver in anywhere close to that where the ball was thrown.
And so once again, now Osage even a little deeper on their own side of the field.
Yes. 4:53 to go. The clock does stop with the penalty, and they're discussing it, but there's no real discussion there because it was intentional grounding, and so they're going to march it. It's generally loss of down in place of the ground, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think that conference was where to spot the football.
So so it's going to be third down and a bunch. So let's see. They're going to come back to the 10, so it's going to be third down and 30 because they have to get to the 40-yard line. Beautiful night here, and we're looking at the trees, and you know, about another 8 weeks, Tony, those trees are going to be changing colors real fast.
I'll tell you, you know what? We start the football season, and it's hot. And we normally finish the football season, and it's cold.
It's chilling off. Okay, here they go. Swinging it off to the right-hand side. He gets maybe about 5 yards all the way up to the 6 yards, up to the 16-yard line. Not enough. It's going to bring up fourth down. They're going to have to punt.
And that was Jackson Funderburk. He gets outside. He's got speed. He can get outside there, but it's going to be awful hard to pick up that 30 yards. Indians are going to have to punt at this time.
Yes, they will. All right, they're getting off the field. Fourth down and, wow, 24 yards.
Fourth down and some acreage. Let's see if Osage can get a good snap off where they can get a good punt. Because right now, both schools seem to have great kicking games.
Yes, which is good because Osage has needed, you know, this good kicking game for quite some time. And now they've got it. They've just got to get this handoff from the center back to the holder on some of these extra point things.
Seems to be a little confusion on the Indians as they're going to take a delay of game call.
Oh, my goodness, that's going to take them all the way
back.
Push
it back a little further.
Well, add 5, so now it's 29 yards. He's standing in the end zone to punt the ball. High snap. He gets it off. A nice kick. It's going to go all the way up to the 45 and takes a Jay's bounce, and that's it at the 46-yard line. And with that, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. This is Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
Listen to your Camdenton Lakers on 93.5. Take the field and stomp the competition while soaking in the comfort of your Bullfrog Spa from Pacific Pools. While relaxing in your new spa, you can soak away the stress of your day, relieve your aching joints, soothe the pain from injuries, or simply treat yourself to a relaxing evening. Made in the USA and shipped within 3 weeks. Stop by Pacific Pools and order your new Bullfrog Spa. Pacific Pools and Bullfrog Spas. Because everyone deserves to relax.
This is Osage Indian football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, here we go, and that's a touchdown by Jeff City. So on their 1st and 10, boom, they got it immediately.
And I'll tell you what, the Indians got a great punt off number 21, John Kimry, and then Jays come out on the first play. They get a quick handoff, and he goes all the way to the house from the 45.
Yeah, and that's one of those games that could be a backbreaker, especially with about 3.5 to go in this third quarter because they know they've got another 12 minutes on the other side.
And this is where we talked with Coach Jolly about mental toughness, being prepared, being able to to play in adverse situations. And right now, at the start of this half, Indians were 20 to 6 and close. Now they trail 26 to 6 with 3 to go in this third quarter. Indians are going to have to come back, and they're going to have to start on this possession.
All right, on that extra point attempt, the Jays, they did convert, so let's add one more to the ticker there. Now it's 27 to 6. And so, Tony, we've got about 3.5 to go before we hit this fourth quarter, but it's now the Osage Indians, they have to now dig down. They have to find out who they are, because now, okay, this is the first game of the season. They knew it was going to be tough against Jeff City, and there was no denying that. No matter who you talk to, even our sports director on his camp reports, he was saying that this was going to be a tough game, but yet they've played well. But now's the time not to give up and to dig in and play good ball.
Guy, if you take away about 4 plays, this game is close.
Yes.
If you're Osage, you once again have to stop hurting yourself. Stop giving up those big plays to whomever you play.
All right, so we're getting ready for the kickoff here, and it's going to be Jeff City kicking it off. So let's see what happens.
3:28 to go in the third quarter. Jeff City 27 to 6 over the Osage Indians as they'll spot the football and get ready for the kickoff. Indians are ready.
And they're kicking it off from the near sideline.
I'll tell you what a kick for the Jeff City Jays as that ball goes out the back of the end zone. You don't see that a lot in high school football.
No, he really shot that one through. So the ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the school of the Osage Indians.
Guy, there's not a lot you can do about the pass, and this is a perfect example of that. If you're Osage, you still have a lot of time on the clock, but you need to have some big plays, and that needs to start with the running game, and right now the best shot for that is the sophomore Aiden Williams for the Indians.
All right, here they go, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. They're set up. They give the ball to the back in the backfield. It goes on to the far side, maybe a yard at best.
As the Indians will hand the ball off, they'll run to that left side of the field. Not a lot there, Guy, maybe a yard. As Jeff City, after that big score, they seem to be stepping up their emotion.
Yes, you can tell that. All right, the ball's now placed at the 19-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. It's just behind the 20.
Indians will come to the line. They'll have 2 receivers out on the right. They'll get a guy in the motion, and they'll give it, and it'll run up the middle. Not a lot there, maybe another yard, as it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Indians. 2:38 to go in this third quarter. Jeff City leads 27 to 6.
All right, and they got about 3rd and 8 at the 22, and boy, you'd just like to see them get a nice gain on this to get that 1st down, and they can do it. The good folks at Polylift would like to see them do it.
Guy, look right now. All the white jerseys are up.
Oh, flag on the play.
There is not a Jeff City Jay that is more than 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and that we're going to have a motion against the Osage Indians, and that's going to make it 3rd and 13.
Yes. All right, so the ball is at the 17-yard line.
Here come the Indians.
On the Fowler hash mark, they got 2 spread out to the right, 2 in the backfield, and he's looking to throw it, and he's tackled immediately, and he is thrown down to the ground.
Right now the Jays are getting into that backfield very quick. Just as we talked a moment ago, All the secondary is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Right now, they are overwhelming Osage at the line of scrimmage.
And the people in Osage, they were booing that throwdown, but the people in Jeff City, they were saying yay, yay. And so really a dichotomy there of the cheers.
You know, Osage right now, they're at fourth and a long way to go. They're going to bring in they're going to bring in their kicking game. And once again, hopefully we're going to get another long punt here as Jeff City lines up at their own Osage 45.
And it's a squibber. It's not as long as they wanted to. And Jeff City has it, and they're going to swing out to the right-hand side, but there is a flag down, and he does get out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, we've got a flag on the field after a good return by Jeff City they'll take it on their 45 and run it about 20 yards. Let's see who that penalty's against.
Yeah. My guess is it's probably going to be something like an illegal block or something of that nature.
If we're Osage, that's what we want. Looks like it is going to be a hold against Jeff City, and so that's going to negate that great return, and that's going to push them back even a little bit further.
Now, does that push them back 10 yards in high school, or is that spot foul?
I think that's going to be a spot as we're marching back a little bit.
Yeah, they're going all the way back to the 50-yard line, aren't they?
Looks like that ball is going to be 1st and 10 on the 47
of
the
Osage.
Jays.
Yeah.
Yes, going to be on the short field.
All right, they're in the far hash mark. They've got a couple off to the left-hand side. They got it back in the backfield. Once again, the quarterback's under center, and he gives it to the back, and he tries to go straight up, and now he's going off the left-hand side, almost trips and falls of the flag on the field. And we'll have to see what that flag's all about.
That run is going to be by number 2, Rodney Wilson. He's a 5'11 senior for the Jeff City Jays. He shakes off that first tackle, shakes off that second tackle before running out of bounds. Got a penalty on there, and it looks like that's going to be against the Jays.
Yeah, it looks like it was some kind of a push or a block in the back type of thing.
Looks like Rodney, he's going to come out of the ball game.
They're marking it from the 40, so that's a spot of the foul. So they're going to mark it from there.
I'll tell you, Jeff City's going through the running backs right now as number 5, Kentrell Johnson, the 5'10 junior. He came out a few series ago, and he's been on the bench since. And now number 2, Rodney Wilson, the 5'11 senior, after a great run, he's going to come out, and he's going to sit down on the bench as well, as I think he took a shot to the hip, and he's moving a little slow right now.
All right, it's going to bring up a 1st and 13 from the 50-yard line. So that was a 10-yard penalty that cost Jeff City. Near hash mark. Many men moving. Let's see. Okay, everybody's back in place now. Give it to the back in the backfield. Good defensive move there by Osage. Gang tackling, got him down.
I'll tell you what, a great stop by the Indians there as Jackson Thunderberg gets in the backfield there and brings down the runner.
Sure does, and that's got to bring that defense to life. When you make good stops like that, you feel good about it.
I'll tell you what, at this point right now, Guy, you've got to look at every play. Focus on the play that you have right now, and Jackson does a great job of that as he hurries into that backfield and brings down that runner with 12 seconds to go in this quarter.
2nd down and 5 yards to go. And actually, they don't have to run another play because the play clock is at 7 seconds, and we have 2 seconds on the clock, and that brings quarter number 3 to a close. This is Osage Indians football, and you're listening to us on Classic Country 104.9, where we're banging a twang. We'll be back.
Humans aren't the only ones who need food and shelter. Those are necessities for our furry dog friends, too. Paws Place Animal Shelter and Thrift Store is the answer. The high-end thrift store specializes in brand name products, with 100% of the store's revenue going to their no-kill animal shelter. Paws Place Animal Shelter and Thrift Store appreciates your donations and your shopping at their thrift store. Visit them soon, just west of Walmart in Camdenton. That's Paws Place Animal Shelter and Thrift Store.
Polylift Boat Lifts. Boaters everywhere have relied on Polylift boat lifts to raise their boat up and out of the water time and time again. Polylift boat lifts are made of the finest materials and offer a lifetime warranty on the tanks. Stop by Polylift and see the huge selection of wet steps, water toys, and dock accessories. You can even shop online at polylift.com. Polylift boat lifts. You know what they say. We don't just build boat lifts. We build Polylifts.
This is Osage Indian Football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter, 27-6, and the Indians find themselves on the short run of this thing, but they've got a good representation of themselves tonight, though.
You know, Guy, they played a strong first half as they went into half down 14-6. Jays come out. It's been all Jays this second half, and Osage needs to get on a run right now.
Yeah, they do. All right, Jeff City has the ball. They're going left to right on your radio dial. The Osage Indians, they're in white pants, burgundy tops, and white helmets. All right, they're on their own 48-yard line. Here's the snap, far hash mark. They give it to the back in the backfield, and they go straight up the middle, and he's got about half of the yardage to get to a first down. It's going to bring, what do you
about
think?
4 yards there.
About 3rd and 5?
Now you're going to see the Jays with this 27-6 lead in the fourth quarter. They're going to keep that ball on the ground as they're going to continue to run it and try to run it straight up the middle.
Absolutely. All right, the ball's placed at the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 yards to go, 11 and a half to go in the contest. And Jeff City now, they're going to try and delay as much of this time as possible, just eat off the clock. All right, they break huddle. Here they go. It's the pitch out to the back, goes off the left side, and he gets the first down and more, and a good hit there to take him out of bounds all the way down at about the 26-yard line.
That's number 11 for the Jays. He's a 5'9 sophomore, and he's the 3rd running back for the Jays, as the first two, number 5, Kentrell Johnson, he's out with an injury, and number 2, Rodney Wilson. Jays got 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line as they're marching down. Looks like they're in a position to give another score.
All right, here we go. Here's the action. There's the tackle. Oh, flag on the – is that a flag?
Right there. As Jeff City goes in for the score, I do not see a flag on the field as the official indicates touchdown, Jeff City.
I thought I saw a flag at about the 30, but maybe that was just a hand going up.
Score 33-6, 10:58 to go in the fourth quarter. As Jeff City will line up for the extra point, they'll go for 1. Waiting on the snap.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. All right, Tony, we've got 34-6 on the scoreboard here, and they only had that one miss. Outside of that, they've converted all their extra points.
You know, as we talked about so far, usually in a high school, you sometimes struggle to find a kicker, and a lot of times that coach will walk that halls in the beginning of the season looking for someone that can kick the football. That's not the case tonight, as Osage has done very well on special teams, and so has the Jeff City Jays, as they take a commanding 34-6 lead with 10:58 to go in the fourth.
You know, you're right, because there's many times when those coaches do walk the halls and they're looking for those players. It's like, man, you can play football. I want you to join me, and I'll teach you everything you need to know. And they're not, you know, whether it's a choir teacher, they do the same thing. Those band teachers, hey, I want you to play bass drum, or I want you to be a swimmer in my club, or whatever.
And so Jeff City takes that lead. Osage right now, Guy, I think they have to focus on this series right now. They have to focus on being positive yards every play.
Yes, exactly. With 11 minutes left to go. Here's the kick. All the way down.
Strong kick.
4-yard line, bringing it out. gets to about maybe the 17-yard line. But, boy, strong tackling by Jeff City. They know that they pretty much, if they can control the clock, they got this game under control.
Good kick there. Osage gets a run. They're about the, 19 right now?
Something like that.
And so they're going to need, they're going to start on their own 19. They need to see positive yards. This line needs to go back to making the holes like they did in that first half.
And some of it might be that they're just tired, okay? That we're on the fourth quarter of tonight's game, and there's some humidity out there, and this is still summer, and it's the first game of the season, so they have to build up their endurance. Here's the snap. Going up the middle. What a nice little piece of running there. Might have gotten the first down.
Aiden Williams, the first man through the hole there. He busts through the hole, and he's going to make those chains move as he's going to pick up that first down.
And that, in case you're wondering, is a poly-lift first down.
Indians are going to have 1st and 10 on their own 30. And that's what you want to see. Good, hard football, even while you're down. There's Jackson Funderburg. He gets the handoff. He's going to try to get outside, but he's going to be met by 2 Jeff City Jays, and they're going to bring him down, and it's going to be just about a half-yard gain.
All right, you're going to bring up a third. They say third down. I don't see third down, but second down and 8 is what I'm thinking.
Right.
I was going to say clock is moving. We got 10 minutes now.
Right now, here comes the Jays as they've got everyone in the box, and they're going to try to stop that run of Osage.
He's got another poly-lift first down. He's dragging bodies. He's all the way down to the 48-yard line of Jeff City. That's a good piece of running, Tony.
That's Aiden Williams. He's the sophomore for the Osage Indians. He gets to the outside on the right side of the field, and he is able to gain big yards right there, and he's going to move those chains the second time in this drive as Osage is going to get the ball on the 47-yard line of the Jeff City Jays.
And that's another poly-lift first down. And he must have gotten out of bounds, but the clock has stopped for some reason. I don't understand. It doesn't look like a water break.
No, the water breaks will be over. They've moved the chains.
But it looks, is there a timeout called?
Looks like they are going to take. And then it's mandated at the state level that if the temperatures are at a certain height during the game, that you will have to take a break and you will have to keep your players hydrated. You know what? Great rule.
Oh, absolutely, because how many times have you heard those sad stories like following a game like this where the player was hydrated and he couldn't quite catch his breath or he ran out of exhaustion pretty much or something like that?
You know, I'm happy to see the Indians after this kickoff. They started this drive on their own 19. They are now to the 47 of Jeff City, and it's 1st and 10, and they're marching on the door right now. They need to score, and they need to get on the board.
And it's at the 48-yard line of Jeff City, and so Osage, they're going from left to right on your radio dial, and you can see that right here on television. By the way, we're broadcasting this on Facebook and on TV 32, KRMS TV 32, and on a number of different platforms. I lost track because of all the excitement tonight.
You know what, guy? We're everywhere.
That's right.
If you want to see this game, we're going to make it possible for you to see it.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Osage. Far hash mark. They give it to the back in the backfield, and somewhat energized, but boy, he's taking some hits. He got about maybe 3 yards on that. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
That's Aiden Williams. He's the sophomore for the Indians, and he is very quickly in his first season with the Indians becoming the workhorse of their offense.
All right, 9:28 to go, and that does it was a 3-yard pickup on that. 2nd down and 7 yards to go.
9:17 as the clock continues to run. Indians are going to have to hurry up if they're going to score and get back in this ball game.
See if we can get a little closer for our fans. All right, here's the handoff, and he's trying to go. Quarterback keeper coming to the near side, cannot make the turn, maybe gets about 2 yards at best.
Tell you what, it looked like it was going to be a handoff to Aiden Williams, but it was a fake, and the quarterback kept it. A lot of real estate to cover left to right, and when you're not going forward. And so he had a hard run there, but he's probably only going to get a yard or two.
All right, they're giving him 2 yards on that. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 officially. It looks more like 6, but you can see that the ball's placed at the 42-yard line.
Clock is not on the Indian side right now as it ticks down to 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this contest.
All right, here we go, near hash mark. He's looking to throw the ball. Goes off to the far right side, and he gets the first down. He's continuing to go, and he's out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, that's what we want to see out of Isaac Stark, the sophomore quarterback for the Indians right now. He's pretty good from about 10 yards right there. If he can get that ball out in the flat, the Indians can do something with it as they're going to move those chains because that's going to be enough for an Indian first down.
And that is a polylift first down right there. 1st and 10, Osage, and they're moving the ball, and that's got to give them some confidence.
Absolutely. Right now you shake off the scoreboard and you just want to do well every play.
All right, there they go. He's coming off the left-hand side. A nice little piece of running. 3, 2, 1. Will he go all the way into the end zone? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Osage.
That's going to be Jackson Thunderberg's 2nd touchdown of the night. And they both come off 25-yard runs, 25-yard plus runs right there. And as he has one in the first quarter, and now he picks up the 2nd Osage touchdown here in the 4th. Let's see if the Indians go for 2 or if they're going to go for 1. I believe they're going to go for 1. The snap tonight has been the problem for the Indians. Let's get a clean snap and put this up on the board.
All right. And he does.
Good snap right there for the Indians. Good clean kick. And that's going to make the score 34-13, 8:07 to go in the 4th quarter.
And we're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Are you ready for your team to get their license? I'm Country Financial Agent Dustin Cox in Osage Beach. I know it's a little scary when you see your kids back out of the driveway for that first time. If you know your young driver has the proper protection from Country Financial, it's a little easier. Call me at 573-556-6284 to chat about your car insurance needs today, or see me across from Culver's on the Parkway, or visit my website at countryfinancial.com.
Now, back to Osage Indian football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, welcome back. Thanks to Jack back at Master Control. You're listening to Osage Indians football, and this is a production of KRMS Sports, and we're very happy to be bringing it to you tonight on radio and the medium of television.
And we are, as Osage off a long run from Jackson Thunderberg, they get on the board for the first time in the second half. It's 34-13 in favor of the Jays as the Indians get ready to kick.
All right, they're kicking the ball from right to left, and they're giving it to Jeff City. It's going to be a short kick. Doesn't go very far. The ball's at the 30-yard line.
So that ball is going to be, once again, with that short kick guide, that's going to be about on the 31 right there. And it seems to me that the plan is we don't want to give Jeff City a chance to run that football. And so they're kicking to that middle part of the field where the guy is going to catch it and go down to the ground.
You know, I kind of agree with that because sometimes if you don't have the right coverage and if you kick it too far, you can kick it beyond your coverage and then they can slip one through for the big play. Good coaching.
And so we're going to have 1st and 10. Jeff City on their own 31 with 8:06 to go in the 4th quarter.
All right, the ball, they've got a first down, 31-yard line, Jeff City, 8:06 to go. Here we go. Ball goes off the center, and he's on a run. He's at the 50-yard line. He continues to the 40, and he looks like he's going to go all the way. He's at the 10, and he is met, and he is tackled at the end zone, and he gets the touchdown. Wow, that's what they did not want to happen was the big play.
I'll tell you what, that's Rodney Wilson, who came out of the game 2 series ago as he was winded, Now he doesn't look winded on that play as he
No,
takes
he
the
doesn't.
ball takes the ball from his own 31-yard line and takes it all the way into the end zone, and he's a 5'11 senior running back for the Jays.
Yeah, he did not look winded at all on that one, Tony. You're exactly right. 40-13, that's a differential of 27, and they're ready for the extra point. It will be a point after kick. Let's see what we've got here. Kick is up. The kick is good, and so that's going to make it 41-13. But we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back.
You're listening to Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9. Powered by Designers Showcase Remodeling. Visit designersshowcase.me. The Law Office of Christopher M. Rohr is proud to sponsor Lake Area High School athletics and Special Olympics. For over a quarter of a century, Christopher Rohr has been providing individuals and small businesses in the lake community and throughout mid-Missouri with professional and affordable legal services. If you have a legal issue and need to speak to an experienced attorney, call the Law Office of Christopher M. Rohr for a free consultation. 573-348-3313.
Did you know that life insurance is more affordable than you think? A small step like packing your lunch for work 3 days a week could go toward the cost of a term life insurance policy from Country Financial. We want to help you turn "I can't afford life insurance" into "I can start protecting my family today." Call me, Dustin Cox, at 573-556-6284 to get started.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Cost per policy will vary.
You're listening to Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.
All right, welcome back, and we've got the Superior overhead door scoreboard.
Looks like we're going to have on the kickoff, Jeff City's going to recover the ball.
Little onside kick. Well, it's not an onside kick, but it's a fumble.
Deep in Osage territory. 41-13, 7:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Jeff City Jays taking a commanding lead over the Osage Indians right now. On the kickoff, they get a fumble as the Indians fumble the ball, and it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 37 for the Jays as they take over on offense.
Yes. All right, what about some scores, Tony?
We've got a couple of scores out there right now. Maryville's coming back against Blair Oaks to make it a game at 42-28. Eldon still trails Fulton by 2. Boonville getting blown out by Pleasant Hill 33-14. California conference team takes a 1-point lead against Savannah 28-27.
All right, that's a loss, and great defensive action there by Osage and through Jeff City Jays for a loss all the way back to, well, let's see what they're going to say. There, one guy standing at the 41, even though they took it back to the 45. I think they're just going to stop the play at the 41-yard line, which would be a loss of about 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 15.
It's good to see the Indians out there still playing hard right now as they get a 5-yard loss against the Jays there. Jays come up to the line. They're ready to start that offense again.
All right, here they go. 2nd and 15 yards to go. And they're looking to throw the ball. Tosses it off to the left-hand side. He gets yardage back, and he already has a first down. He's down at about the 27-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard.
That's number 6, Josh Wilson. He's a 6-foot junior for the Jays. Quick play right there as they get it out to the flat quickly, and he gets about 9 yards for himself.
All right, they officially marked it at the 28-yard line, 3rd down and 1 yard to go. They break the huddle. All right, here we go. Far hash mark. Man off to the right. Back in the backfield. Man in motion now, left to right. Looking to throw the ball, swings out to the right, and he completes the pass at the 20, and he is brought out of bounds and tackled at the 10.
That's number 7, Zane Wings. He's a 5'11 senior for the Jays. Jays go across the field there, Guy, and they pick up positive yardage.
They sure do, and the clock is really not anybody's friend tonight. Jeff City can't get it to move fast enough, and it's, there's going to be precious little time left for Osage.
Right now, if you're Osage, you're wanting to play for pride right now. You're wanting to stop. Every play right now is what you're focusing on. Don't focus on the score. Focus on this play.
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, 6:12 to go in the contest. Man in motion going from right to left, and there's movement, and that should be a flag because the receiver on the far side, he did move before the snap.
And we do have a flag out there. We're going to have a little movement there. That's going to be a false start. If there was a negative thing tonight for the Jays, that would be it, as that's the 5th penalty they receive for motion.
Yes, yeah. All right, it's going to bring up a 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line. Clock continues to move at 6 minutes. And with the score is 41-13. Looking to throw the ball, looking left, and he is tackled immediately. Boom.
Right there as number 3, Jacob Wilson, the junior quarterback for the Jays, he drops straight back. And right now, those Osage Indians can get in on those ends. And right now, that was a great sack right there for a loss.
Yes, and now it's going to push them back to 2nd down and 24. So they've got a chunk of real estate to go, although Jeff City has shown that they can move the ball. I don't want to say at will, but they have the ability to move this ball.
If you're Osage right now, you've got to focus on the big plays. You've played great game, except for those 6 plays right now, and those 6 plays are making a difference.
Yeah, they sure are. Okay, here they go. They're running it off to the left-hand side, and he is tackled by the Osage Indians. Did not get much on that, maybe about 5 yards at best. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation. 4th or 3rd?
It's going to be 3rd down. A couple of penalties there. Keep that. We're going to have 3rd down and 23.
Well, let's see what happens here. The clock continues to move. 4 1/4 left in the contest. 3rd and 21, 41-13 is the score. Man in motion, going from left to right. And they tried to sway them off, but they went up the middle, did not gain much.
Yeah, first man gets the ball. Not a lot there. As the Osage Indians are able to get the stop after a 1-yard gain.
All right. The ball is at, as you can see, the 22-yard line.
3:45 to go in the 4th.
And it's 4th down. They're going to go for it. Why not?
Looks like a little movement there, but
All
no
right.
flag.
He's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he goes out of bounds.
There was nothing there as Jacob Wilson is forced to run out to his own sideline there after no gain right there, and the Osage Indians will take over on downs.
Yes, and good for them, but the score doesn't go up anymore, and so we've got 3.5 to go in the contest here. So the ball's being placed at what yard? I'm looking. Looks like it's going to be at the 24-yard line.
Indians will be on their own 24 as they'll start this drive with 3:29 to go. Let's go ahead and try to put another score on the board.
Boy, that'd be nice. All right, here we go. There's the handoff. Goes on. He's coming up, and he is tackled down.
That's number 34, Aiden Williams. He's the sophomore running back, and he gets a strong run there.
He's gotten up to the 42-yard line, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's another 1st down, Tony.
It's going to be about an 18-yard pickup, so he's going to get that. They're going to move those chains as the clock continues to go. We're just a little over 3 minutes, and here come the Indians.
And that's a poly lift 1st down. Here they go. He's looking to throw the long ball, and nobody in sight.
I'll tell you what, though, we've been on Isaac a little bit this game saying that the long ball is not in there. I'll tell you what, that one was looked good, a yard or two too long, but it looked good as a pass.
You know what? It shows that he's got an arm, and I'm glad to see them airing it out and opening up the playbook a little bit for him.
Absolutely, and that's going to stop the clock with 2:52 to go in the fourth. It's going to be 2nd and 10 as the Osage Indians are on their own 42. They trail 41-13.
Yes. So let's see if they can get another first down here, maybe move the ball. And as you said, Tony, get a score before the game ends. But they working hard out there. Here he goes, right up the middle, and he gets to the gets right to the middle of the field there, Tony.
That's going to be number 24, Jackson Funderburk. He's going to be a senior. He is a senior for the Osage Indians, and he's going to pick up about 9 on that play. And he's going to bring the ball to the 49-yard line as Osage gets close to the midway point of the football field. And hopefully they can get into Jeff City territory on this next play.
All right, 3rd down, 1 yard to go. The ball's on the 49-yard line of Jeff City. Osage Indians going right to left on the radio dial. Man in the slot on the left-hand side. A receiver in the right. Looking to throw the ball. He's looking to his right. And Isaac completes the pass to the 40-yard line on the far side, and he is brought down at the 31. A nice play and completion by Osage.
Isaac Stark, the sophomore quarterback for the Indians, rolls out to his right. He finds his receiver for positive yardage, and Osage is going to move those chains one more time.
Absolutely. They put the ball officially at the 32-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Osage with 2 minutes to go in the contest. They're on the move. Looks like there's a jump from Jeff City, but it did not happen there. And they keep on moving. They get down to the 22-yard line, and that is almost a first down, and it is a first down. And guess what? It's another poly-lift first down.
Jackson Funderburk, number 24, he's going to take that handoff, and he's going to get over the end on the left side there, and he's going to pick up around 10 there as he moves the chains.
Sure does. 1st and 10 for Osage. Ball's at the 22-yard line. 41-13 is the score. A minute and a half left to go in the contest. He's looking to throw the ball. Throws it out to the right side. It's a screen, and he just goes out of bounds. A pickup of about 2 yards. It'll stop the clock. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 yards.
Tell you what, I like to see the Indians throwing that pass right there. That's a quick out to the flat. Not a lot of yardage there, but what a strong pass.
And you know what? It's not going to put you at a lot of risk throwing it because he's aiming for the out-of-bound marker. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 8. Ball's at the 20-yard line, a minute 24 to go. He's looking to throw it again. Misdirection. He passes it off to the backfield and trying to go to the backside and gets to about the 16-yard line.
That handoff's going to be to Aiden Williams. I like when he gets into that secondary, he puts that head down and he tries to gain extra yards. And he pushes that Jeff City secondary player back for 3 yards.
Ball's at the 16, 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Under a minute to go, the clock is ticking. He's in the gun formation, gives it to the back in the backfield, and Jeff City, they do stop him, but the clock will continue to run. A timeout's been called, it looks like, by Osage. Well, no, it's just they're going to move the sticks. It's a poly-lift first down.
And there is going to be a timeout on Osage is going to use their first timeout of this second half with 47.7 seconds to go in the ball game. They trail 41-13, but they are marching as they are on the 11-yard line of the Jeff City Jays.
All right, we're really to a close. Thank you so much for being a part of our program this evening and listening to the game. This is Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9. We want to thank all of our sponsors that made tonight's game possible. We want to thank Designer Showcase, Century 21, Prestige at the Lake, Country Financial, Designer Showcase, Econolift, J.J. Twiggs, the Law Office of Christopher M. Rohr. We want to thank Lake Ozark Water and Sewer, Lensmart Optical, LOZ Antique Mall, New Spring Wellness Center, Long Pump Service, Pacific Pools, Paws Place, Animal Shelter and Thrift Store, Polylift, State Fair College, and Superior Overhead Door.
And the Indians come back out. They're in their huddle. Ball's on the 11-yard line, 47.7 seconds to go. Looks like Isaac's going to hold on to the ball. He's going to throw it in the end zone.
There's a flag in the end zone there.
I think we're going to have pass interference there, Guy.
Yes, I do too.
Let's see where they're going to mark the football.
And there's 41.1 seconds to go.
Looks like the ball's going to be down just short of the 5-yard line. .41 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from.
It would actually be a 1st and goal, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. A little bit of confusion as to where everybody's supposed to be here.
Wait a minute. It would be a 1st and 10 from the 11. Now they're moving back and forth because the ball was at first down at the 5, but now they're saying it's going to be at the 11, but now it's back at the 5. So they have to get to the 1-yard line to get the first down.
Indians will break huddle again.
And touchdown, Osage Indians. They just went straight ahead, and they got the TD. Well, that's good because that gets them one more score before this game is over, 41-19, and they still have time to get that extra point to get them up to 20 points. And that's a good moral victory for them to get this touchdown. Even though they might sometimes call this garbage points, they still got the points.
I'll tell you what, that was number 34, Aiden Williams, with the score, and that's going to be his first touchdown of the season, and that's a well-deserved touchdown as he's ran hard tonight.
Yeah.
In his opening game for the Indians.
And that's hard work.
Let's get a good snap here.
Ball is up, and the ball is good.
Strong kick by number 21, John Kimry. He's the 180-pound, 6'1" junior for the Indians. 36, a little over 36 seconds left as the Indians will kick off to the Jeff City Jays.
And our kickoff sponsor is Country Financial.
You know what, Guy? We're back in Osage football. Tonight's the first broadcast, and we should have at least, hopefully we'll have more, but we've got 9 more scheduled, and we want to be here for you every game so far, or every game this season, and so you can catch us on many different forums. If it's out there, KRMS Sports wants to be there.
Absolutely right. Want to thank Jack back at Master Control. We want to thank Dennis and Ken for giving the opportunity for the community to see football, whether it's Osage or Camdenton.
And so we have another timeout on the field here. Not really sure why.
Yeah, with 36 seconds to go in the differential, and they is that right?
41-19. Both sides are going to talk it over one more time before they take the field. Next week, Guy, we're going to travel to Moberly, where we're going to face the Greyhounds.
Moberly?
And
I don't think I did the Moberly game last year.
It's north of Columbia there, and so they came in last year, and the Indians got a 25-13 win over the Moberly Greyhounds, and hopefully we can continue that and get a streak going against the Greyhounds.
That would be good. Kind of build on that victory last year. 41-19 is the score. There's the kick, and it's a squibber off to the left-hand side, and I don't know if it was meant to be an onside kick, but they did not want to kick it away, and that ends up at the 43-yard line. So that's just going to maybe I don't know if they're going to take a knee for a couple times, and they very well could.
Right, as Osage does the onside, tries the onside kick there, doesn't go with them as the J recovers the ball, falls on it, and then they'll take over with 35 seconds to go, and they're going to have 1st and 10 on their own 42. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining, but I don't think either side is going to need those tonight.
And as you can see, they're in their victory formation, so they're just going to take a knee. And they do take the knee, and that resets the game clock to 29 seconds and the play clock to 38 seconds, so they do not have to run another play. Final score of the game will be 41-19, and the Jefferson City Jays, they come out on top. Good representation, though, by Osage Indians.
Absolutely, as we're now down to 8 seconds to go. This game has been decided, and this is going to be, as you say, our final score, as that is the ball game.
All right, we want to thank you all for listening, and we're going to sign off on the television side, but on the radio side, we're going to be back in 2 minutes to wrap things up. This is Osage Indians football on Classic Country 104.9.